Hello again, everyone. It's Mimi again from Mimi's Worms. And today we are checking in on one of our worm bins. And we're actually going to add a little bit more worms to this worm bin because we didn't actually put very many in this one. So I am going to add about a pound of worms to this worm bin because I want it to strive very well. So if you want to know what a pound of worms looks like, this is about a pound of worms right here. And when we add worms to a worm bin, we want to let those worms just make it all the way down on their own. We don't want to rush them. We want to just let them go down on their own, let them get familiar with the surroundings. Now the worm bin that I have here is already set up, so we're not going to do a new setup, but what we are going to do is we're going to show you what you need to do when you're feeding your worms. So we're going to put down some dry paper. And the reason we put down dry paper is so that the moisture that comes from the fruits and vegetables that we put in here, we're going to put in a couple of bananas, a strawberry, and some potato peels. Now, the potato peels will take a little while. It's a long-term food, so it'll take a little while for it to break down. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to top it off. Well, let me do this. We're going to top this off with just a little bit of worm chow, and I'm going to show you how little you need for a worm bin. I have just this little spoon, and I have about a teaspoon, and I'm going to sprinkle that in there, and then I'm just going to sprinkle the rest of it right over the top. That's all it takes. Then I'm going to add about the same amount for grit. This is oyster shell flour. And I'm going to put that over the food. And then I'm going to just sprinkle any excess that I had. The next amendment that I'm going to give them is some microbial food. Now, what the microbial food does is it helps to feed the microbes. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right there with the food. And then just one of these, of each one's about all you need. So a pound will last you quite a while. And then I'm just going to rough that in. Just kind of rough it in. I'm not really mixing it in. It's just going to rough it in. Then I'm going to take some more dry paper. And I'm going to put it right here in this corner, because I want to keep the fruit flies down, and because this is in my kitchen, so I don't want to have a lot of fruit flies coming into the house. This one doesn't have any kind of lid on it. And after I get that on there, I'm going to take just a little bit of this material with the worms to hold that down into place, because this material is not real wet. So it's not going to hurt it. Actually, this moisture is perfect for vermicompost, and I would have it a little more wet if I was doing vermiculture, which is, really trying to get the worms to breed. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now, we'll come back and we'll check on this bin. It's going to be probably at least a week before they'll go through all that food. And we'll come back and check it and see what we need to do. But until then, you guys like, share, and subscribe our video. And I know that the prices of worms can be a little intimidating. But one of the things that you're going to get when you buy from Mimi's Worms, one is you're going to get very quality, beautiful worms. I don't know if y'all can see that, but those are beautiful worms. They're very healthy. They're all pure red wigglers. And so you're going to get very healthy worms. You're going to get the right amount of worms. We don't skimp on the worms. And we're going to give you a live guarantee that your worms are going to make it there alive. We very seldom have a DOA, which is dead on arrival. It does happen sometimes, but we don't have it happen very often. And then the other thing that you're going to get is you're going to get 24/7, 365 phone support. So if you call us, our number is 229-507-0203. You're actually going to speak to Mimi. And if you have any concerns, questions, if you want to get started, but you're afraid that, you don't know what to do or how to do, just give me a call. I'll walk you through it step by step on what you need. We'll talk about what you have laying around that you may be able to use. If you want to start a worm farm where you really want to do what I'm doing, we went from growing worms in my laundry room to a 22,000 square foot warehouse in 3 years. So you can do that same thing if you put in the time and the effort, and I can help you with the know-how. I can save you from a lot of the pitfalls. So just know we're always here to help you, whether you're just someone wanting to start a small worm bin, if you're a teacher just wanting to have some worms for your classroom, or you're someone that really wants to vamp things up and you have questions. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you on your journey, and we hope that you will give us a call. Sometimes on Mondays, I might not be able to get to the phone when it rings, but I promise you I'll get back to every call that I receive. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. It is Friday here at Mimi's, and it's raining outside, so I'm about to go sit down and actually read me a book. So you guys have a wonderful weekend.